Guys, how's it going today? I am gonna cover some chicken waters.
All right, update on the turkey. Poop. Okay, let him out.
How?
Oh.
How?
Here.
I'm in the spotlight, not on till midnight. I want somebody to hold my hand. 'Cause I got my head in the clouds, but I'm getting really scared of heights. I used to spend time with all my friends, but who's gonna like me if I'm not there? 'Cause I got my head in the clouds, but I'm getting really scared of heights.
All right, update on the turkey. Let's see how she's doing. She's up and moving around a lot better. Can I see? You know, let me grab you.
Take out to the poop. Poop.
That side doesn't look too bad, but this side's still kind of rough. I need to probably clean it a little bit more.
Poop.
Here, you gotta shut the door.
Poop. No poop.
Still looks pretty gross.
No.
Yep, let's get her some water. I'm here to take care of the turkeys. You haven't seen me do this in a while. I've been doing it a couple days, but here we go.
I try to get everyone to see me. I play my game.
Look how big these guys are getting.
But I just end up looking like a showcase. I haven't myself to blame. I'm sitting here in this empty room. Walls keep tumbling down, down. 'Cause I ain't got nobody. So lonely when the day is through.
They're definitely getting more aggressive as they're getting older. They're pretty birds though, look at them. You're huge too. You look huge. I don't know how big you really are. All right, turkeys are done, heading home.
Guys, how's it going today? I am gonna cover some chicken waters. I had a viewer, I'm gonna put the question right down here. You asked, how do you make them? Well, I'm gonna show you all our chicken waters. Then I'm gonna show you how to make the real simple one that actually probably comes out to be about the cheapest of all the hanging waters. Let's go through them right now. I'm gonna put links to all of these down in the description. And then I'm also gonna put, if there's a name for it, I'm gonna put it right here. Any details about it, I'm gonna throw it on the screen. This one's our basic one. We start our chicks in. You see these at any feed store. I think it's like a pint or quart, whatever that amount is. You fill that up, fill up this cup right here. Keeps the chicks nice and watered. It does collect wood chips. That's a brooder problem, but part of the problem, eh? Ah, bugs are getting me everywhere. So this one's a hanging one. This was our attempt to keep wood chips out of it versus this one that sits down on the ground or on a block of wood. This one can hang up, and so as the chicks get bigger and bigger and go up, and then it starts getting less and less wood chips because it's further away from the ground. Pretty good. Water stays in this one quite a bit longer, but it doesn't hold quite as much as that sitting one. This is the next size up, another one that you can find at just about any farm supply store. Same deal as the small one, it's just a little bit bigger size, sits on the ground, holds quite a bit more water than this one. I want to say it's about 4 times as much. Great for either feeding a larger batch of chicks or some bigger chickens as they start growing up in a brooder or start getting outside, or a small batch of chickens. It's great for. But again, it sits on the ground, so chickens kick stuff up, they scratch, so they're gonna get stuff in it. It's a good temporary solution, not a great long-term solution. This is a hanging water We use it in a lot of our outdoor tractors. It's a great solution for either smaller batch of birds. It's great for our short chicken tractor. It's great for our one turkey. That's a big batch of birds will go through that water really quickly. So it is good for either chickens in training, small chicken tractor, a couple birds, but it's great that it hangs. Hanging ones are definitely preferred here. Of course, as you go up in size, it's gonna cost a little bit more each time. This is another one of our hanging ones, Rite Farm products. Again, the links for all of these products will be down in the description so you can check them out. Some of these had handles initially and they either broke or we put some string in to give it more support. Some of these we've had to add hooks into so they would hang better with our chains that we like to hang with. So this one, another hanger, and it is huge, and we initially thought this would be awesome, but I tell you what, that water, where the water sits, it is so deep, and I don't know why, but this thing just seems to overflow and it runs out of water really quickly. So we have not really used this, so I cannot say that I recommend this one. If anyone's had success with it, let me know, but it has just been a struggle for us to keep water in that one. So we have got this hanging poultry fountain for the winter. This one has a cord, so it plugs in, does not freeze over winter. That one has been great in the winter. Not real efficient to have that cord around during the rest of the year, but it's been great for that. These are our two man-made waterers. This first one here, we've made several versions of this. This one's a smaller version that we use in one of our chicken tractors. We also have a bigger version we put out in the chicken run. It has these cups. These cups come right out. They unscrew. So these cups can be bought online. I want to say they're about $1 to $2 a piece. And then inside, chicken just taps on that, it fills up with water. Comes through there, fills up with water. This tip is the same tip as one of these, chicken water nipples. These each have a 3/8 inch tip. So that means all you've got to do is get a 3/8 inch drill bit and drill a hole where you want that to go through. So on this one here, it wouldn't make sense to come out of the bottom. So you've got to put it somewhere on the side. The lower the better, because that way the water won't sit at the very bottom, it'll feed out into this. So you just drill a 3/8 inch bit into the side. And sometimes I've tried wrapping that in some plumber's tape just to seal it up, but it hasn't been too bad. I haven't had too many leak if you make a clean hole. And then it just screws into there, and then you just have to either set this on something or you can hang it. And chickens love that one. That one works great. The last one is our hanging water that you see in all our tractors, and then we also have one of these out in the chicken run. This is probably the cheapest of all of our waterers. The only cost is a 5-gallon bucket, usually a couple bucks at the hardware store, and then you've got to buy these tips. And you can buy a ton of these for a pretty cheap price. But I do have a video where I had some issues with some of these. I'll link that up here, so check that out and you can see the issues that I had with some of these getting clogged. But on the most part, these have worked great outside of maybe a month that they were giving me a problem over at the shop with our turkeys and chickens. To make this, all you do, take your 3/8 inch drill bit, you decide how many holes you want to put on the bottom. I think John Siskovich on his videos, he says you should have about 1 of these tips for about every 10 chickens. So when he puts 30 meat birds in a tractor, he puts, I believe, 3 or 4 tips in there. I've done anywhere from 3 to 5. Just keep in mind, the more holes you put in, the more chickens can reach it at once. On the flip side, more issues can arise with more tips. You could have more leaks, have more opportunities for problems. So probably somewhere between 3 and 5. And just try to space them out evenly. This bucket worked great. It actually had 3 little divots in there, and so I just went right off that. So anyways, you just drill a 3/8 inch bit hole. And then these work great. They even have a little seal right at the bottom, so they come real nice and flush. And then you screw them in, do it a couple more times, and you are done. I have seen a lot of these leak a lot early on, where they just flood through, and it seems like it just takes a little while for them to run their course, maybe a day or 2, and then they seem to hold water much better. So just keep in mind, if you do use these, keep an eye on the water level. We run out of water a lot the first couple days that we install these, and then it starts to sit in there very nicely. So just keep an eye on them. But this is the hanging 5-gallon bucket with water nipples. So guys, that is all of our waterers. I'm gonna put a link to all of the waterers down in the description, outside of the 2 that I've made myself, but I am gonna include a link to the cup and the water nipples. So check those out. If you guys have waters that have worked better for you, please let me know down in the comments. And if you have any tips for how to make other types of waters, let me know as well. I'd love to hear it, because I definitely am open to trying all kinds of waters. These have just been the ones that we've gone through. And so guys, thanks for joining us today. Again, if you have any questions, this was a response to a viewer's question. So if you guys have any questions that you want us to cover, please ask us down in the comments. If you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing to see more content like this. And as always, we'll see you next time.
'Cause I got my head in the clouds, but I'm getting really scared of high.